let's see what's going on today. Hello, Earthlings, citizens of United Earth. This is Thabo Mbeke. My name is Thabo Mbeke, and today we're going to be talking about. Actually, I'm going to be watching a video of Vladimir Putin warning the West about a possible nuclear war. So let's check it out together. All right.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned the West of a risk of nuclear war if Western countries escalate the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. In his annual address, Putin warned the West of tragic consequences if the West sends its military contingents to Ukraine. Now, doubling down on these comments, the Russian president said Moscow has weapons to strike targets in the West.
They're talking about the possibility of sending NATO military contingents to Ukraine. But we remember the fate of those who once sent their contingents to our country. But now the consequences for possible interventionists will be much more tragic. We also have weapons. They know about this. As I just said, we also have a weapon that can hit targets on their territory. And they should understand that what they are doing now, trying to scare the whole world, it does risk a conflict with nuclear weapons, which means the destruction of civilization. Don't they understand this or what?
Now, Putin has also announced that the deployment of advanced weapon systems, including hypersonic missiles, and that it holds military advantages in Ukraine.
The hypersonic complex Kinzhal is not only in service, but is also being used with high efficiency to hit especially important targets during a special military operation. The Zircon, sea-based hypersonic missiles, have also been used in battle. These missiles were not even mentioned in my 2018 address, but this system is already deployed. Avangard, intercontinental range hypersonic blocks, and Peresvet laser systems are on combat duty. The tests of cruise missiles of unlimited range, Burevestnik, and unmanned underwater vehicle Poseidon are also complete. These systems have confirmed their high, one can say without exaggeration, unique characteristics. The Sarmat ballistic missiles have been delivered to the troops. We will soon show them in the areas where they will be put on combat duty.
Now, in response, the United States has condemned Putin's remarks, calling them irresponsible rhetoric. Washington said it is no way for the leader of a nuclear-armed state to speak.
So it is not the first time we have seen irresponsible rhetoric from Vladimir Putin. It is no way for the leader of a nuclear-armed state to speak. We have communicated in the past privately and directly with Russia about the consequences of the use of a nuclear weapon. That said, we do not have any sign that Russia is preparing to use a nuclear weapon, and we will continue to monitor this carefully.
Putin's nuclear warning appeared to be a response to the French president. Earlier this week, Emmanuel Macron said he did not rule out sending troops to Ukraine. Now, that stance was quickly rejected by the United States, Britain, and other leaders of Europe. And after an uproar over his comments, French President Emmanuel Macron said all his comments on the Ukraine war were weighed, measured, and carefully thought out. He also added that everything that is necessary must be done to ensure Russia's defeat. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden. How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage from the White House, the State Department, and Capitol.
Wow. Yeah, this is oh man, I can't believe, we thought this was in the past, with the Civil War, the Cold War, with the Cold War. Do you know how many times we almost went into a full-on global nuclear war? The world almost ended more than 5 times. Man, it's crazy that all of this is happening. Macron saying that, France is not ruling out sending troops to Ukraine. Even the US and Britain and them, they all said no. Because the last time I checked, France is part of NATO. So if France was to go into Ukraine to go defend Ukraine and fight Russia, NATO, which is all the NATO members, including the US, the UK, everybody would have to join in. Everyone would actually have to go and fight, and that would start a global war. One thing is for sure, this has got nothing to do whether you agree with Putin or agree with Ukraine. It doesn't matter which side it is, but the reality is this: the moment NATO troops and Russia get into conflict, it's over, because then it's going to escalate to nuclear war. And once it gets to nuclear, it's the end of civilization. It's that simple. This is not anymore about whether you support Russia or Ukraine. It's simple fact is, hey, okay, this war started, and how do we stop this? How do we end this now? Because this can escalate. The longer it continues, this can escalate. So now it has to get to a point now. All the global leaders now actually have to start actually thinking, hey, I know we are old, but are we really prepared to leave a wasteland for our grandkids? Because they're probably not going to have a world to live in. Yeah, the world will be real with radiation, even if we have bunkers and everything like that, and they can be safe underground. But what kind of a world are they going to live in? You know what I mean? We really, really are close to extinction at this point. And I know a lot of times, I myself, I just want to go by my life, enjoy my life, and I really don't want to be thinking about this kind of things. But we don't have to worry about meteorites from space, on alien invasion, any other ways of the world ending. Nuclear weapons is enough. Nuclear weapons is enough to end us. Is enough to end us. And at the rate we are going, this is getting worse. And as the years go by, you're hoping that, hey, some kind of negotiation is going to happen. There's going to be talks on the table, and to see what happens. But it seems like nothing's happening. The only thing you see now is threats. Why do you think Russia is saying this? Why? Is Russia responding to what Macron said about not leaving out troops, not leaving out French troops, saying that we have to do whatever we need to do to defeat Russia? Is he just responding to that? Because in reality, Russia knows that they can never defeat NATO. They cannot. So the only option is going to have to launch nuclear strikes. It's the only thing they have. If it was not for nuclear weapons, of course, NATO would easily defeat Russia. Yeah? So what do you think Russia will do then? With nukes. Because if you've got nothing to lose and you think Russia's going to surrender, no, it's not going to do it. So if you've got nothing to lose, the probability of a possible nuclear strike is high. And of course, if they launch a strike, everyone's going to be launching a strike, and it's the end of a wonderful Earth. Wonderful civilization, So I think it's time, all of us, we should wake up and realize what's going on in the world right now, because this is no longer just now simple basic politics that I don't care about politics, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect my life. Nah, this is not the case anymore. This is not the case anymore. You know what I mean? It's actually now there's a threat for the world to end. And a lot of these countries that are in conflict right now, a lot of them have nukes. A lot of them have nukes. So once one mistake happens somewhere, an American, a French troop, maybe is in Ukraine, gets shot, killed, or someone from, kills an official soldier from one of the NATO soldiers, kills a Russian troop, it starts very small. Starts like that. Quickly kill one guy and then something happens and it becomes a bigger problem. So at some point, I think the world leaders, they need to now sit down, because this is actually a threat. Even the countries that are not really involved in this, I think now all the world leaders have to now sit down like, whoa, this is going way too far. Because when you have Putin literally talking about nukes, saying that, hey, we can nuke other countries, yeah, I think it's time now the rest of the world, actually have to step in now and be like, whoa, too much, unacceptable, and do something, because and talk about it and try to find, because I mean the UN is not doing anything, but I think global leaders have to come together now and be like, okay, this has to stop. It can't continue anymore. It cannot, because it doesn't matter who you support. The fact is that when nukes start going, we are all gone. This is suicide. People that are still arguing, oh, you're pro Putin or you're pro US, whatever, that doesn't matter. Because once the nukes start going off, we are all gone. It doesn't matter. Only the cockroaches will be left. Huh? Do you think the cockroaches are going to have countries and, they're cockroaches. They're just going to have the whole entire planet to themselves. And we'll be gone. Yeah, we're too powerful now. The world is too powerful now. Our weapons are way too dangerous now. And I think, to be honest, we have to find a way long-term wise so that we don't go extinct, because we're most likely going to kill ourselves. We're not going to get killed by an asteroid. What we need to do is that we actually have to work our system, find a way to build a global government, to build a global citizenship, that we all become citizens of Earth. I know a lot of people, you want to be patriotic towards your nation, which is great. I love South Africa, where I'm from, and I love my country. I love where I'm from. But I see it as the similar system as the United States has, where they have the different multiple states and they have the nation, where the states came together, became the United States of America. I see a system like that for the whole world, which can actually prevent us from actually going extinct, because you can still be like a proud Californian or a proud Texan, but then you're an American. So we can one day get to a point where I'm a proud South African, and I'm a proud American, proud Chinese, proud Japanese, but I'm a proud Earthling. I'm a proud citizen of Earth. So we can build a system like that. It doesn't mean becoming a global, creating a global government, and where we become citizens of the whole planet, the whole Earth. It doesn't mean that it will raise your culture. It doesn't mean it will raise your country or anything like that. It just means that we will now become a united Earth, where we actually have leaders who can actually, running the whole planet. Because as long as we are divided, our planet is really in trouble. With global warming, all different types of problems, we cannot really have any real policies also to protect our planet, when one country is actually doing something to try and preserve global warming or to clean up the environment, and another country doesn't care. It's just not going to work. So we have to start to come to a point and realize, let's stop the obsession of our differences, because hey, we are too powerful now. If we continue our ways of trying to differentiate ourselves because of race and religion, all these things, nationalism and all this stuff, at some point there will be a global disaster, and it's more likely a nuclear war, and we're way too close to it right now. We need to find a way. We need to find a way to stop this. So guys, please write comments on, please tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me what's your, what ideas do you think can help resolve these conflicts and to end this problem. And if you agree with me, type in there. If you disagree with me, tell me why. I think the best policies for us is to actually communicate as people of Earth. We need to talk. We need to talk because, hey, our world is in danger. And a lot of people don't seem to realize what's going on, but our planet is actually in danger. There's something wrong. So we need to stop it if we want to have a wonderful future. We can build a really amazing world. But it's going to take citizens of this planet to actually put our differences aside and then actually come together and actually work together and build a better future for ourselves. Like Nelson Mandela said, he said that I have to forgive so that the next generation can have a future. He says, I have no choice but to forgive because I think of the next generation. So let's think about our generation, because most of us were still young, and let's think about the next generation of what kind of a world are they going to have. Are we going to go in a blaze and just nuclear war or what? As you've seen some few celebrities, some powerful people, rich people. Mark Zuckerberg has built a bunker in Hawaii. I'm sure you've heard of quite a few billionaires who are busy building bunkers. So something's up. So let's not chill. Let's not relax about it. All right? Citizens of Earth, Earthlings, I'll see you next time. Bye.